well, crap. This part of the zipper should never be this far apart from the zipper itself. And the zipper is a Coleman sleeping bag. Damn it. The whole thing broke. I have to go back to the city and to Costco tomorrow morning and replace this. Costco hopefully will come through. This really sucks.
Safety Administration says it's investigating complaints about suspension failures on 115,000 Teslas sold in the U.S. Regulators are examining Tesla Model S sedans from model years 2015
yes, I'd
through
like
17.
a large
We're also looking
black
at Model
coffee
X SUVs
and a
from 2016
yeah, and a sausage egg McMuffin with no cheese.
Anything else for you today?
That's it.
Okay, it's going to be 586.
We all needed a break, but the news never stops. America sets a record for COVID-19 hospitalizations as the outgoing administration starts to cooperate with the incoming one. And we're given a first look at Joe Biden's picks for cabinet.
They'll tell me what I need to know, not what I want to know.
We'll get to all of it on the Friday News Roundup, next time on 1A.
Join us this morning at 9 o'clock for the Friday News Roundup here on NPR 89.1. Support for NPR comes from this station and from C3.
Thank you.
C3.ai software enables organizations to use artificial intelligence.
After I left Sweetwater Recreational Park in California, around San Diego or close to it, I decided to go east and go on to Texas and then Louisiana and then head on north back home. At the same time, I needed to have the bolts on the 2-inch lift retorqued after 500 miles. And so I decided to drive to Tucson and get the same people who installed it retorqued and check their work and be sure that everything is fine. Meanwhile, I got a warning sign about oil change, and so today was all about maintenance. I got my oil change, I got my bolts torqued, properly torqued or retorqued, and Rhonda feels good, and we're on our way west. And we are on our way east towards Texas. Well, I had no idea this was very interesting. I thought it was just like a kind of nerdy scientific thing. But this biosphere 2 actually is very interesting. So this was Biosphere 2, a science experiment that was done some time ago. I listened to a lot of videos and I have a lot of information, but at this moment, none of it comes out. So you should just go and research your own. Find out about Biosphere 2. I have to say, it was $25 to get in, and I reckon it was worth it. Yes, I think it was worth it.
Really responding with some biting language at times. They said this, they said the campaign's claims have no merit. They said that quite simply. They say the number of ballots it specifically challenges is far smaller than the roughly 81,000 vote margin of victory. And it never claims fraud or that any votes were cast by illegal voters. Plus...
November 28th, I think it's a Saturday, and I'm in Safford, Arizona, where it suddenly got pretty cold. The temperature right now outside is about 29 degrees, and I'm utterly happy that I spent last night at Motel 6. I am on my way towards Texas, El Paso, and then continuing south out in Texas, and then onward to Louisiana. just arrived on this BLM land, which is going to be home for the night. It's in New Mexico, right outside of Las Cruces, about maybe 20 miles between here and on my way to El Paso. I have some friends in El Paso. Hopefully I get to see them. If not, I'll continue on and go on to South Texas, where it's warmer. Right now it's about 55 degrees here. It's going to get colder at night, but nothing like where I was in Arizona, where last night was like 27 degrees. Ooh, I'm glad I spent the night at the hotel. Looks like somebody has been shooting around here. I decided to follow the road this morning on this BLM land and see where it takes me. On Gaia GPS, there's two spurs that kind of dead end, but I wanted to drive off or drive to the end of it and see what's there. This one that I took, it's going up the hill, and at this point, the road has totally deteriorated to a point where it's really difficult for me to justify continuing just for fun. So I'm going to turn around. This road shouldn't be that difficult. The difficulty lies in the fact that it's very rocky and there's a lot of big rocks and pointy rocks and needly rocks. That kind of worries me. Other than that, if it was just a dirt road, it would be a cinch. Started a new show tonight, The Queen's Gambit. So far, it's pretty intriguing. I like that it's about chess. So far, very interesting. There seem to be some drugs involved.
Elizabeth! I'm sorry, Mrs. Theodore.
So, we'll see what happens. I'm on the first episode. It's supposed to get down to 27 degrees tonight. And wind is blowing about 20 miles per hour. The only way I could park the Jeep is facing west, since there's a slope. And I leveled the Jeep as much as I could, but still I have 2 degrees downward. So the wind is coming from this side. And at times it's pretty raucous. I'm hunkered down with my 2 sleeping bags. I just dread in the morning when I have to get out. This is a time when a heater would have come in handy.
Yes.
You're no orphan. Not anymore.
You been in Lexington this whole time?
Louisville. What brought you back here?
This was a packed week. I started out in Tucson when I went to the Jeep dealership to get my bolt retorqued and an oil change. I have to give a shout out to Larry H. Miller Jeep dealership in Tucson, Arizona. For the first time, I was not nickel and dime. For the first time, they just did the 5-tire rotation without giving me any hassles. Every time in Chicago, I go to my dealership and they want me, and I ask them to do a 5-tire rotation. They ask me for extra money for this, extra money for that, because the tires are larger than normal, blah, 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 blah. It's a drawn-out discussion to finally get them to do it without me having to pay extra. These guys in Tucson, they just did it. They didn't even mention it. And to make the matters even better, I had forgotten that I had my gas tank and the roto tracks mounted on the spare tire. They just unmounted it, did the tire rotation, remounted everything without even telling me, without even charging me, without even mentioning it that they want any more money. Absolutely the best experience at any Jeep dealership I've ever been to. Larry H. Miller dealership in Tucson, Arizona. Thank you, Michael. You guys are the best. I then went and meet up with a couple of friends of mine and their newly born daughter, which was awesome. We had lunch and caught up, and then I left, and now I am in Van Horn, Texas. I'm going to stay here and do this video that you're watching now, upload it, and then get going south to South Texas. If you watched this video so far, thank you so much. You're brave. Thank you for all the people who have subscribed. I truly appreciate it. If you like the video, like it, subscribe, and press the bell button so you get notified of the future videos. Thank you so much. I will see you next week. Onward we go.